What's going on, people? It's Jimmy Lincoln with Spitfire Hip Hop. Welcome to another episode of Spitfire Hip Hop's exclusive interviews. Today, we're diving deep on with a true lyrical craftsman. He's been part of the Wu-Tang Clan's extended family, a key player in Raekwon's American Cream Team, and now he's just dropped his latest project, The Frequency. And welcome. Put your hands together for Rhymerecka. What's going on, man? How's everything today?
Hey, everything is good, man. Up and about, moving around, taking care of business, promoting
Good.
promoting our artwork.
Good. Well, we appreciate you, man, truly, for giving us a few minutes of your time. We'll talk about, of course, for maybe some of our listeners or visitors to the site who may not know fully of you. Of course, we have your some of your stuff on the site. But why don't you do this for me, if you will, man? Just give us a little bit of your story.
Well, name is Rhymrcka. Staten Island, New York. Grew up in Killer Hill, 10304. Very very immersed in New York City culture and hip hop culture as a youth. Also the birthplace of Wu-Tang Clan, which wound up being, neighbors and childhood friends. We all loved the hip hop culture, as you can see, and was all listening to the music as it impacted us as a culture. And quite a few of us really took it serious through our early 90s, starting off as a youngster, and came in the game, one of the youngest, and I just stuck to it, which allowed me to expand and start off with the Capadonna Pillage album, which led me to doing Raekwon's second album following Only Built for Cuban Links, which was a mobilarity, which led to us forming American Cream Team, Raekwon's flagship group. We did a movie too, as well as an album for the soundtrack of the movie called Black and White, Sony Palm Pictures. A lot of heavy hitters, Ben Stiller, Elijah Wood, Robert Downey Jr., Allen Houston. A lot of heavy hitters in this movie, which is crazy because it's like we got a movie deal before we got a record deal.
That's crazy.
Just coming out, we was on fire, and we lost a member. Rest in peace to Chip Banks. He was killed. That stopped things, and then I disappeared for a while. I had brain surgery, so I pretty much was out the mix for like 10 years or whatever. And just started getting my footing back. It took a lot from me. I had to start from scratch. But one thing, Creator gave me my gift, and he preserved that. So I'm just here to finish the mission. You know what I mean?
Right. All praise is due to the Most High for that, man, to pull you through for that.
Yeah. You find out in that moment, it's not just about you, and you're not really doing everything by yourself. You find out how small you are in the universe.
Right. In the universe, right. Well, I'm glad you made it through that, man. I'm not sure how many people actually know that about you, but thanks for sharing that. And again, man, I'm appreciative that you made it through that.
Yeah, I just started revealing that. I'm real private about life, my private life, but I think now was the time, to let people know what really happened, and having brain surgery and coming back, which made me epileptic and having seizures and stuff like that. So, I have my good days and I have my bad days, and I, stay out the way and stay low in the cut when I got to go through what I go through. But it's also to show people my disability doesn't stop me from being dynamic or being dope in my craft.
No, exactly. No, I appreciate that, man. And talking about your craft, can you share a moment in your career that you think really defined who you are today as an artist, and also maybe something that changed the way you see the industry or even yourself?
Defining moments, there's several, but I would say the most defining moment, which kind of ignited my hunger, is being in the staircase when these dudes used to rhyme in the staircase, Like I'm talking about beatboxing in the staircase. And this is before anybody had a name or a record deal. And watching these guys throw words around like quarterbacks, man. I mean, he was throwing words around like real poetry, man. Real dynamic wordplay and mechanics being crafted. Dudes smoking weed and drinking 40s in these staircases. And I just was lucky enough to be able to be young enough um, to be a witness and a student, and then old enough to be aware and to be in a mix to eventually get my time. And then there was other, stellar moments, signing your first record deal, doing, really paying your dues, doing those small clubs and these small little open mics. Those are real defining to me. It's not so much the fame and the stardom, but it's the beginnings, the humble beginnings, things that the bricks that built the wall.
Right, right. And you say these dudes, man. Who are some of those dudes that were spitting in the hallway?
But this is a clan. This is
Okay, okay.
the
No, I just
guys.
want I want people to understand who these dudes are, right? So
Artists,
so
Capadonna, Raekwon, listening to Meth and these guys, Inspector Deck. These guys was really going. Niggas really. I mean, you see what the work did. You see the
right,
effect they had on the world.
right,
Like I said, I never really was one to be throwing it around like that because I was, it, it, it enabled me, was a catalyst for me to do my own work. And then, without trying to name drop and all that, that's why this is the first time, like, 30-year run, you hear me really express and reveal my influences outside of our major influences like Run DMC and all the greats. But these guys were and are legendary and iconic, and just so happen to be my neighbors. People I
right,
live
right.
with.
No, and that's why I wanted you to say their names, man, because you said these dudes, you know them differently than
Yeah,
the
yeah,
world knows them, right? Right. So I wanted to make sure that people understood when you were talking about these dudes who those dudes were, because there's some real
well,
dudes.
I guess that's just false the habit of not trying to be a name dropper, being humble and sticking to your plan and not trying to rely on other people as it was told and taught, what I'm saying, instilled.
Right,
But
right,
like I've been told quite a few times, you was there. Say it, man. Tell them the story. Let them know.
right.
It's saga, man. So
Right. No, I appreciate that. You don't want to be that guy first, first few minutes in the interview. Oh no, Wu-Tang, all of that. So I appreciate that too. Right. You're standing on your own. You have you have what you're doing. So this is why we're talking anyway. But again, I just wanted to make sure people understood who those dudes were. Right. Because
yeah,
they've been really influential.
yeah. I mean, the game, lessons, rules, how to move, politics and protocol. Yeah, that was all taught. Being on the road and traveling and being in the studio and watching these guys. The rare times I would be in the studio sessions, get to see them really put in work, and then being able to work on what I worked on, and it just really helped me to, stand on my own too. So.
Right. Right. Now, talking about inspirations, I know you mentioned it a few seconds ago. Are there any unexpected influences, say outside of hip hop that help shape your music or your mindset? And it could be anything, it could be a book, films, any personal philosophies that influenced who you are.
Uh, Education and everything starts at home. You gotta, you gotta be fed what you thirst and hunger for. So with my mom's, even though I was in school, I was homeschooled early. I was taught to, read early. I was reading real early on, and my love for words, I was always diving my head into an almanac, sorry, encyclopedias, reference books, science books. I love to read. When they say reading is fundamental, it meant so much more.
Right.
So I'm big on academics and intelligence and information and wisdom and learning things. And for all the other MCs out there, the better your vocabulary, the better you are aware and educate and inform yourself, the better and bigger of a catalog, if you will, or your mental library